Today, we're going to talk about the first appearances and key issues for the greatest day of the week. New Comic Book Day, June 30th, 2021. So let's get started. I'm Jimmy Don Kerr, and this is the SmallTown Collectibles YouTube channel. So before we jump into the first appearances, the key issues, the covers this week, I want to ask you, if you're not already, hit that subscription button. Turn on that notification bell so that you get notified when I put out new content. Hit that thumbs up button if you don't care, if you like the video. And of course, leave a comment below. Now, the comment section in this video, I hope to be a discussion between myself and the community about the new books that are coming out this week. This is my list, but I'm sure there's books out there that you guys are looking at. So let me know in the comments if there's anything I'm missing. There's actually a book on this list this week that I picked up from a fellow YouTuber. So that's what I'm looking for, and there's been a ton of books that I've picked up over the last little bit from the comments, and books that I'm so glad I picked up because I'm getting to read them. So make sure you leave a comment down below. All right, so with that said, let's jump into this thing. Let's start with our covers. So I do have a few covers this week. First up on the docket is Department of Truth number 10, the variant cover by Richard Long. This cover art is inspired by House of Secrets number 92. I really dig that House of Secrets cover, and anytime I really see it on anything, I generally pick it up. Department of Truth has been a phenomenal series, and you put those two things together, and that's a book that I'm definitely looking to pick up. Next up is a beautiful, beautiful cover from Spawn number 319. The cover art is by Bjorn Berendis. Just a sick cover. It's almost like a transformation cover. You got the character standing there and it like transforms into this crazy dragon on the cover, and I think that is so sick. I absolutely love it. Spawn covers are usually cool, but this one really stood out to me this week. So that's the covers for this week, guys. Let's jump into our first appearances. So first up on our list this week for first appearances is Power Rangers Unlimited Edge of Darkness number 1. You get the first full appearance of the Phantom Ranger in this book. Now, there's also a really sick 1 in 50 cover by Derek Chew. I should have included it on my covers list, but I didn't. I'm not necessarily a Power Rangers guy, so it's not really something I would seek out to buy. But there is a gorgeous cover. It's a 1 in 50 Derek Chew. I think I saw it on Midtown for like $500. I mean, you know, it's a dope cover. It's really pretty, of the Phantom Ranger. So, first appearance, if you're a Power Rangers fan, of the Phantom Ranger. Next up, we've got Shang-Chi number 2. You get the first appearance of Lady Iron Fan, a new villain. Then we have Star Wars Dr. Aphra number 11. This is the first appearance of Dirge in Star Wars canon. Previously, Dirge appeared in Star Wars Republic number 51. And then the last book this week on the first appearances is The United States of Captain America number 1. This is the first appearance of Aaron Fisher, a young gay man sworn to protect other homeless teens and runaways. So, cool book, several first appearances this week if that's something that you collect. So that's our list of those. Let's jump into our second print. So there's really only one second print of note this week, or at least for me anyway, and that's Basilisk number 1, the second printing of that book. I read that book. It was really good. I'm excited for issue 2, but you do have the second print coming out this week. And that's the only one of the second prints that I have of note, so let's jump into our honorable mentions. So as always, several honorable mention books. Some books I'm not necessarily going to show pictures of this week. You got ENIAC number 4 coming out. That's been a great read. Department of Truth number 10, as I mentioned earlier. Beta Ray Bill number 4 is also out this week, and We Only Find Them When They're Dead number 7. Also another great story. But the first one that we're going to kind of show you the picture, kind of a key this week, it's just getting started. Barbaric number 1. Owen the Barbarian has been cursed to do good with what remains of his life, forced to wander the realm with his battle axe helping others. I know my boy Gary B will love that. It's a Barbarian, a Savage title. So Barbaric number 1. First book on our honorable mention list this week. Then we've got Godzilla Rivals versus Hedorah number 1. It's a one-shot battle of Godzilla versus Hedorah. Then you've got Mighty Crusaders, The Shield number 1. And this is a Rob Liefeld book. It's a one-shot reintroduction of Archie Comics' first superhero, The Shield. The Shield is also the first patriotic-themed hero having debuted prior to Captain America. So that's kind of a cool book, right? Mighty Crusaders, The Shield #1. And the last book on our honorable mentions this week is Teen Titans Academy 2021 Yearbook #1. This story has a partial origin of Red X. I don't know about you, kind of like to get on with the Red X thing. I've enjoyed reading the book, but I'm kind of getting tired of the whole Red X storyline. I'm ready to get that one wrapped up and let's move on to something different. I don't know about you. Let me know in the comments what you think. All right, that's our honorable mentions this week, guys. So let's jump into our top 5. So the first book on the top 5 list this week for me, coming in at number 5, is probably a book that nobody else will actually have on their list. I don't know. But it's Green Arrow 80th Anniversary 100-page Super Spectacular #1. This is an anthology of stories celebrating Green Arrow's 80th year. I'm a DC fan. We all know that. I love the Green Arrow. It's not really a title. I guess he doesn't even have a title right now, but it's not necessarily a title I pick up and read. But I am a Green Arrow fan, and I'm looking forward to reading this anthology celebrating his 80-year anniversary. Number 4 on our list this week is Parasomnia #1. The synopsis reads as this: after his son disappears, a man braves a nightmarish dreamscape in order to find him and battle the ruthless cult that seeks to rule the land of dreams as the barrier between reality starts to collapse. Sounds like a cool story to me. I kind of dig the title, Parasomnia #1. I kind of dig Parasomnia. I don't know why. It just sounds cool to me. But I really dig that synopsis, and that's definitely a book I'm going to grab this week. And that's why it made number 4 on my list. All right, number 3 on my list, and as I mentioned when I opened this video, is I got a recommendation watching another YouTuber's video, and it was this book. So number 3 on my list is Darling #1, and this is from Source Point Press. Now, I heard about this book from Ryan, new guy, also called, or his YouTube channel is called Cosmic Campfire. If you're not already, you need to go over and follow Ryan. I'll drop his link down here in the description below so you can go check him out. But Ryan is really, really passionate about the storytelling of comic books. And it's really, his passion comes through when he starts talking about them. And so I watched this video that he puts out of books that he's looking at. And this Darling #1 came across. And I have read books that Ryan's recommended before. And that's why I'm excited to grab this one. So the synopsis of this reads as follows. With all of New York City enveloped in the zeitgeist of a missing 8-year-old girl, lovable anti-hero Frances Darling accidentally stumbles onto the machinations behind her kidnapping and the drug war that ensues. But has he really? Sounds cool. So Darling #1, Source Point Press, number 3 on my list this week, thanks to Ryan, the new guy over at Cosmic Campfire. Number 2 on the list this week, Black Cat Annual #1. This is part 3 of the Infinite Destiny storyline, and you get the first full team appearance of Tiger Division, the General, Luna Snow, Mr. Enigma, Gunnar II, Auntie-Ant, and White Fox. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm not a big Marvel reader. I'm also not a big Black Cat reader necessarily. But when you have a first team appearance like this, and it's been kind of a light week really as far as the books that I could put on the list, Black Cat Annual #1 really kind of fit the bill. It's got a first appearance, it's a cool title, and it's something you never know. With the MCU, who knows what'll come up. So Black Cat Annual #1 made number 2 on my list this week. And wrapping up the top 5 at number 1 this week is Star Wars Insider Magazine number 203, FOC. FOC stands for Final Order Cutoff. This is an FOC variant, meaning the cover is only available to order for a short period of time. So why would this make number 1 on my list? A, it's Star Wars. Everything Star Wars is hot. B, it was a Final Order Cutoff book. Those books generally have a pretty low print run. There's not going to be a ton of them out there. So on the secondary market, that's a pretty, that's a winning combination, right? Star Wars, limited print run, not a ton out there, and you had to order it. You can't just go pick it up at your comic book store. So Star Wars Insider Magazine number 203, the FOC variant, is #1 on my list this week. All right, guys, that wraps up our list this week for New Comic Book Day. Appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me for just a few minutes, getting prepared to go out and make your purchases this Wednesday. Remember, leave comments below. Let me know if there's any books you're looking at, any great storylines that you're reading, books that I need to be checking out. Like I said, I love to read, and I try to read as many different books as I can. So I love doing this video and getting that interaction in the chat. Also, remember to go to Street Level Hero LA. Use your code STC10. That'll get you 10% off your order. But most importantly, 25% of your overall order will be donated to the American Cancer Society. Also, don't forget, down in the description, I do have mystery boxes for sale. You can get them on eBay. I have a $50 and a $25 version, but you can also hit me up on IG in the DMs and buy a box that way, and probably save you a little money because you don't have to pay the eBay fees, right? So, last but not least, guys, remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Guys, go have a great New Comic Book Day. Have a blast picking out your new books. I know I'm going to. And as I always end these things, until next time.